everyone. So we are Group 12. Today we're going to talk about the case study in the human resources practice. So let me introduce myself. My name is Marian Hong. My matric number is 20140. So we move to the first one, problem identification and analysis. The first one is employees' benefits or cost cutting, security for cost effectiveness conduct survey. What they do is less healthy coverage and for insurance and pay portion of premium and the health coverage based on the Herzberg's motivator theory. At least the health of employees needs to be guaranteed before they can do the motivated. The second one is the employee unrest period, the poor management they have done. So the first one is inconscientiously enforced policies. PC inconscientiously enforces places and the unfair practice regarding job change and the movement of the employees within the organization. The second one is unfair practice. Unfair practice regarding the job change and movement of employees within an organization can lead to the fear and intimidation. So next one is theory of job embeddedness. The compensation system designed by John Cumberston. What they have done is abuse. But based on the abuse of the management, we should lead it to the equity theory. Based on the equity theory, in order to maximize individuals' rewards, people tend to create a system where resources can be fairly distributed amongst members of the group. Based on this, we can lead it to equity theory. So we'll move to the next one. The next one is absence in management. Dukak he's a CEO of implement of this company. So this design is designed by Vice President McNamara. So although Dukak remains the CEO, but he no longer management day by day to operation. So spending his time instead of his family summer retreat on the mine coast or in the Caribbean during winter months, what he do is actually fiddle around. So he doesn't run the company anymore. So based on the Maslow's theory, the self-motivation needs to achievement issues such as workplace placement, challenge work, and the subject matter expert states job distribution and the rewards are important contribution, and he should, in order for work to be meaningful, he have to come from the organization and the work itself. Therefore, the CEO of the company should lead by example and motivate the employees within the company with his own work performance. So that's all for my part. Let me pass to the next presenter.
Okay, now I will talk about the statement of major problems. Based on the problem that had identified from 1.0, we think that the most important and the major problem they need to identify and solve by the PSC is an abuse of compensation system and employee benefits. Both of these problems are very important for an organization to ensure the employee satisfaction and to ensure the organization effectiveness and competitiveness. By solving this problem, it can avoid the bias problem and avoid in creating a poor image for the company. In the abusing of compensation system, like what my team member has mentioned before, the manager has abused the use of compensation system by rewarding the employees based on their favor instead of the performance evaluation. For the problems of employee benefits, the organization should always focus on the employee benefits to ensure that are always satisfied with the company and all work well on the organizations to achieve the goals and objectives. As you can see, the employee benefits get when a company provide the social security, perks and bonus, pay raise, employee allowance, achievement award, health insurance, pay vacation, and meals breaks. So this is my part, and I will pass to my next team member. Thank you.
Okay, now I will talk about the generations of the alternative solutions. So based on what my team members has mentioned before, the two major problems that identified in the PAC is about the compensation system and also the discussions about employee benefits. So the first one, let us go to how to solve or what is the evaluations for the abuse the compensation system. First, PAC can organize some training programs. The purpose of organize this program is to help them to acquire the skills in handling difficult situations, informal resolutions of disputes, and train them to be integrity. This is because when a manager know what is integrity, they can differentiate between what they should and what they should not do in a company. Similarly, when they evaluate the performance of the employee, they will know that how to evaluate it but not evaluate based on their favorites. So the advantage in organizing this training program is that the manager can be more responsible, professionals, and integrities when evaluate the performance of employee. However, the disadvantage is by preparing this type of training programs, PSC may need to involve a large cost in setting all the programs for the employee. Moving on. In solving the problems of abuse the compensation system between the managers, PSC can improve policy and tightens the rules and regulations. By setting the standard, the management of PSC can measure the performance of the managers through comparing between the standards and the performance achieved. The advantage is it can be more fair among the employee as by following the rules and regulations, they are not brave enough to evaluate the performance based on their favorite. However, the disadvantage is too strict policies or rules and regulations may cause them feel stressed and lastly they may leave the working place. For the next problems, which is the discussions about the employee benefits, the employee benefits can be solved through two methods. One is conducting a survey and the second is cost freezing. By conducting a survey, either the PSC distribute the questionnaires or asking face-to-face, the organization can know what is the thinking or what is the needs and wants of the employee, and then they can look through the thinkings and make some implementations to satisfy the employee. Thus, the advantage of conducting a survey is can ensure the satisfaction of the employee. As we know, when an employee is satisfied with what the organizations do, they will work well for the organizations. However, it may be a waste of time when conducting a survey or asking face-to-face. It will drag the times of a company in doing other investment activities. The second solution is about the cost freezing. By having the cost freezing, it can act as a exchange mediums for others employee benefits. Examples, the PSC can urge the employee to save the cost by save up the electricity or other utilities like switch off the light when not in use. And the cost save can use by the PLC and prepare some other benefits to the employee. For example, they can prepare some ticket for a vacations, flight ticket for vacations, and also some health insurance benefits. So like I mentioned before, the advantage is it can provide more benefits to the employee. However, the disadvantage is it may also cause dissatisfactions among the employee, as not all the employees are willing to cooperate well with the PLC in implementing this cost freezing alternative. Here, I will pass the presentations to the next presenter.
Hello everyone, I'm Swadaswami. I'm talking about the recommendation of PAC. Uh, there is many problems that my group member mentioned before. So I would like to recommend two problems. One is a contest of employee benefits, and another one is using compensation system. So how can we improve that problem and recover? In solving this problem of managers abuse function to the compensation system, firstly, PAC can highly recommend to improve the policy and the rules regulations of the providing training programs. And, and this is a huge amount of investment can cause financial problem to PAC. However, improve the policy and tighten rules, regulations, organization can help to save the cost and implementation. As a result, manager who can be awarded manager who is absolutely functional and should receive punishment like suppose like you receiving warning or a cut your salaries for every month as I highlighted in increasing theory. Lastly, and secondly, we can talk about the employees benefit pack being recommended to combine all the alternatives. The pack is affordable provide to all benefits to employees. Therefore, a pack can use the survey to indicate employees need and cost freezing alternative. For example, reduces utility bills. My partner said before. Also, or if the electricity bills increase to their alternatives to converting our sector, the freezing is alternative can be relevant to the goal setting theory because uh, when PAC goes for the goal setting theory, the employees can work for to achieve their goal. So it's because it's benefits to provide and they can be motivated in their workplace well. However, this reducing the utility spend known as a organization to achieve by requiring commitments from all employees. So I think PAC can provide more benefits to employees that to the invest their capital. So this is my part. I'm asking to my next my partner.
Hello, my name is Dina. My metric number is 201678. The implementation plan is mentioned before we need to submit to suggest the PLC to solve the problems of abuse. The compensation system by improving the placing and tighten the rules and regulations. Therefore, by setting the rules and regulations and improving the place, the manager will know what they should and should not do, and it will be more equality in evaluating the employee performance. The rules and the regulations came as a guideline to the managers in evaluating the performance of the employee. And lastly, after evaluating the management of the director, broad director of the organization can check whether the decisions or the results come from the manager is appropriate. All these on your favorite, and they can do the evaluations at last. The management can give someone, if someone is or even vacations time to the manager, if they perform well in evaluating the performance of the contact Punishment can be given starting from the very later to the higher decisions to the manager when they didn't follow the rules and regulations set. For the second problems, which is there to answer all the discussions about employee benefits. As mentioned before, we suggest PLC to implement the service and also cost at the same time. So by having the serving, it is the organization like conduct serving through online platform, Google Form, or have a face-to-face interactions of the face-to-face interview. It is important to determine what they want or what they need of the employee choose. The serving the organizations or what they should change the organizations to ensure the satisfaction of the employee expectations of the employee. They can know what should I do and why should not to maintain of the sections or to improve of the satisfaction of them going to ensure the performance of them in the organization. As we know that higher satisfaction of the employee can help ensure higher performance of an employee in an organization, and in the course being attractive but implementing the PLC can the employee to stop the electronics or the set up said electric. For example, they can request the employee to finish off the lights when not in use or to shut down the photos. Technicians ring, the employee are not using also the managers of PLC also can remind the employee to shut down their computers or laptop before they leave the office after working hours. By then, the cost to set up can have the organization or exchange it into the employee benefits. The PLC can use the cost. They said the prepare some free medical checkup to the employees as one of benefits before the employee will be more sacrifice to the organization, and there will be more will to work hard of an organization. So overall, in conclusion, our group have been defined all major problems, but the most two major problems is about the abuse of compensation system among the manager, and also the discussions about employee benefits that I will group the command the PLC company to implement the strategy on the alternative to improve the policy and tighten the rules and the regulations in solve the problems of abuse of compensation system, and also conduct of serving combine the cost phrasing alternative insurance and employee benefits. That's all my part. Thank you.